I'm talking late night for you. Let me lay a great time on you. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Till I feel the lights down right now. Put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark room perfume. Go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy. There's blood in my pen. Better yet, with your friends and them. I really wanna know you off. I really wanna show you off. Fuck God, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga, don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga, that ain't good game, homie, sorry. They say conversation rule a nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What is the hell was that? Oh, hold up. My show's tripping. But what's good, y'all? Welcome to the S.C Experience, aka your boy Eric. We're back with another live, you feel me? We're gonna talk about everything we didn't talk about on Sunday. We're gonna break down some things that happened. We did sign Blake Martinez, what I actually think is gonna be a good addition. Hopefully, he could prove me right and not wrong. You know what I mean? Prove me right. Yeah, prove me right and not prove me wrong, right? But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hope everybody is well. We're gonna talk about all the news, everything, break down everything. I got some film for you guys. Yes, I got some film to show you guys. A lot of key film. I ended up getting the film. I seen a lot of things, and we're gonna talk about some things. Everything from the red zone casualties, to some key defensive players, to some key defensive breakdowns. Everything, all things Raiders, right? But shout out to the chat. Hope everybody's having a blessed day, and hopefully everybody had a blessed week, and hopefully everybody is well and healthy. Blessings to you guys and your families. Thank you for joining me, man. If you guys can, hit that like button while you're at it. Subscribe if you're new, man. We're on the road to 2K, and we're rising up. Uh, and a pretty good pace thanks to you guys, man. So let me give a shout out to the chat, you feel me, before we get into all this fun stuff, right? Shout out to Black Trucks Podcast. What up, my brother? Hope all is well. Sean Johnson, Eric, what's good? Ready for this breakdown? Let's go. You already know, man. I got some film too to match it. Shout out to Terrence as well, man. What up, King of Mods is in the building. Freddie Chavez, my brother. Good to see you. Cool Kev, what's good? Cool Kev, salute to you. Salute to Jesse Cardenas as well. Raiders all day, baby. You already know, man. You already know. Just win, baby. And we got that win on Sunday. Cam Jordan and Melvin Ingram gave Amari Cooper a question. Favorite teammate of all time? Cooper said Derek Carr. I heard about that. Shout out to Jaw Raider as well, man. What's good, Jaw Raider? Robert Pena, salute to you, brother. Hope Oswald, Queen Raider. What's good? Hope all is well. Good to see you here today. And Terrence already dropped in the links. I appreciate you, Terrence. Shout out to Jesse Cardenas again. Salute, salute. Hopefully, I didn't skip anybody. Like I said, the link trees are there: Instagram, Twitter, Discord. That's the best way to reach me is Discord or Instagram. Both of those, even Twitter too. I'm trying to get Twitter going, but only time will tell with it, right? Shout out to Auntie Six. Auntie Six says, "Well, hello again, Queen, aka Queen of Mods, soon Queen of Real Estate." Yeah, facts. Congratulations to Queen on that. Um, she's moving on up. She's moving on up. And shout out to Raider Way. Salute to you, brother. Hope all is well. My brother Raider Gabe in the building. And Gabe, let me know if you want to pull up, brother. Let me know. Shout out to Terrence again. Roasted Raider. Salute to you, Auntie Six. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Raider Nation, let's ride. You already know what it is, Auntie Six. Shout out to you. Shout out to Sinister as well, man. Hope all is well. Blessings to all of you guys, man. Like I said, Martinez signed to guard Kessie. We'll talk about it, Andre. We'll talk about it right now, man. What up with Renfro, Albert Wilson? Well, what I do know is that Renfro's still out. I don't know the full breakdown yet. Tomorrow we should have the first official injury report of this week, so hopefully we see Renfro limited at least. But only time will tell. You already missed 2 weeks with the concussion protocol, right? We know how serious concussion protocols are right now, right? The detective is back. What up, Russ Cook? What's good, man? What's good? Graham Cam, you already know, man. Let's get it. What up, SC, man? What's good with you, Russ Cook? And guys, let's start off with Raider news, right? Raider news. I don't have the official injury report. Like I said, on Thursday or Friday, I will do the Chiefs breakdown of the game for Monday night football. But we did sign a linebacker, ex-Giant, ex-Green Bay linebacker. He knows the Patrick Graham system. I know they brought him in because Denzel Perryman has a concussion. I think that's the main reason why they brought him in, and he knows the scheme. Like I said, in 2020, Martinez started in all 16 games, had 151 tackles, 11 tackle for losses, 3 sacks, 7 pass breakups, an interception, a forced fumble recover, 55 stops, 11 pressures, and he allowed 47 to 63 targets, 377 yards, and an 82.6 QBR rating over his span of his career. He's had over double-digit sacks, over double-digit QB hits, over double-digit pass breakups, 4 interceptions, 4 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recovers, 49 pressures, 247 run stops. And overall, the guy is decent enough for this Graham system. The guy knows the system at the end of the day, right? The guy knows the system. So um that's going to be very interesting how he shows up on Monday. We desperately need a middle linebacker against a team like the Chiefs. And it's good that we brought him in cuz he does know the system. Another guy we brought in today, we brought in 2 guys, Jack Cohen, Albert Wilson. Albert Wilson's a receiver. The guy ran a 4.42 in the combine years ago. He's only had 213 yards, not many how do I say this? Not many snaps. And over his career, he's had 12 touchdowns, right? And he's been a pretty good, I mean, not pretty good. He's been somebody that hasn't got too many reps. On top of that, we have got Jack Cohen, a quarterback. That one is a little, I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell. I honestly don't. I don't know what the hell that's about. I'm gonna be honest with you. Shout out to his six stepper. What's good? SC triple salute, my dog. Salute to you as well. My brother Snoops Hernandez is in the building as well. Salute to you, Snoops. Just ate some tacos. About to go smoke a bowl while my son is sleeping. Real quick. There you go, Sinister. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. I greatly appreciate you. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty much based on Raider news, right? Another news, we won. We won. And we got Jackson Mahomes KC. Ever since I've been in Missouri, me and Pat can't stop. God damn. Holy shit. Shout out to King Pookie Nation. Dude, Eric, my Raiders versus Broncos trip got a ton of views. Hey, congrats to you, brother. Congrats to you. Keep grinding. Wanna get him a personal baby jersey to hang on the wall when he's older. Hey, do it, Sinister. There you go, man. There you go. They needed someone to throw those wide receivers the ball. They need to give Tyron Johnson more burn. Um, but let's get straight into it, right? This is the overall breakdown on Sunday. We were celebrating. I talked about all the very positives of Sunday's game. Now we're gonna move on to a little bit of a little bit of cons that happened. I know we got the win. That's the most important thing, but there's some things we need to clean up, right? One of the most notable things is the red zone play. Um, and I got a few film for you guys, so you guys could watch it with me while I break it down. Right. I'm trying my name. His name is Lucas Rain. There you go, man. Shout out to Lucas, man. Shout out to Lucas. And Red Zone. Yes, Sean Johnson. Exactly. Same thing like I said, right? Red zone, red zone, red zone, red zone, red zone has been a very, very, very horrible stat for us. We have not been able to get 7 points on the board. We've been getting three after three after three after three. And it's sad. We should be 4-0 if we just clean up these red zone things. There's a lot of things into consideration. Last week, well, Sunday technically, um, we won. At the end of the day, we won, right? But I think we should have won by more points. Regardless, it's a win on the board. We're 1-3. Screw it, we won. But if they could clean up that red zone, sky's the limit with this offense, because this offense has no trouble going from one side of the field to the other. Their struggle is when they get to that red zone. And I got a few film for you guys, man, both the offensive and defensive film. Um, First, I want to talk about Alex Bars on this play right here, man. And you see Alex Bars number 64 here, man. Instead of I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication between him and Andre James, but I think what was supposed to happen, Andre James was supposed to help out whoever was getting burnt, was getting pushed back, and that was Dylan Parham. You'll notice 66 right there, Dylan Parham on your right side at right guard. You'll notice Alex Bars left guard. What you're gonna see is Andre James picks up and helps double team the guy that Dylan Parham is going up against. They push him down. What was supposed to happen here is Colton Miller was supposed to go one-on-one with the edge rusher, and Alex Bars was supposed to go with that D tackle lined up right in front of him. What happens is Alex Bars screws up and double teams the edge and ends up allowing the D tackle to get to the quarterback. So let me play pause, and then I will play it fully. So I'm gonna play pause. You see Keelan Cole in motion, right? So here, look at, you see Andre James here picks up the double team, helps Dylan Parham double team, and right here, instead of Alex Bars going 1-on-1 against the D tackle that was lined up, he ends up double teaming the edge rusher, the outside linebacker, causing the defensive tackle Jones to get through and throw a pressure on Carr, and Carr was forced to throw, which was incomplete to Devontae Adams, right? That's one of the plays that I've been seeing about this O line. This O line has been getting better and better, right? But in the red zone, there has been a lot of factors, a lot of penalties, a lot of miscommunication, and those things could easily be cleaned up. So now I'm gonna let the full clip play, so you guys can see it. Just pay attention to Alex Bars at left guard, right there at the left guard position. And yeah, so it's just little things like that, right? It's little things like that. But what's good about this is that these are just small things that they need to clean up, right? At the end of the day, Alex Bars is technically better than what we got backing him up, right? And shout out to D Mag. What's good, D Mag? And shout out to Jaw Raider and Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson says Eric McDaniels has a very good red zone stat over his offensive coordinator career. Is it play calling or Carr not excited, right, or other things? I think it's both, and we'll get to it right now, right? Um, Let me see what other do I want to see. I'm gonna go with 3250. You know what? We're gonna go to 3250. We're gonna show all the cons before I show a positive real quick. Give me a second. 3250. I have to go to exact because I have it all time stamped right here. So on this play, it becomes a tackle for loss, right? And what I've noticed through the film, right, and Colton Miller screws up here, right, at left tackle. He tries to block him right here on your left hand side of the screen, I believe, where my arrow is, and hopefully you guys can see my arrow. He just wraps up, and instead of getting him and Jacob Johnson helping, Jacob Johnson takes over the linebacker, and the D tackle has a fair shot at Josh Jacobs, causing him to go down and tackle for loss. The thing is right here, right? I've been noticing when watching over the film, every time, most 90% of the time that Jacob Johnson is out there on the field, we didn't run the ball too well, and it's surprising, right? And fast gram cam, they didn't call that bullshit face mask. But what I don't like is that when every time Jacob Johnson, a guy that a lot of people were praising, and I started noticing as well. Same with me when people showed me highlights, right, of Jacob Johnson. The guy is a bulldozer. Every time he's been on the field, when I watched over the film, we didn't get anything going that much. It was like once that we got a good run with Jacob Johnson out there, but Jacob Johnson has not been performing at a high level. I do agree that it should have been a flag here. I don't know why they didn't call it, right. Let me try to pause it on the right there. It should have been a face mask. You see right there. I paused it at the right time. They didn't call a face mask. So, of course, we're the Raiders, so they're not going to call shit like that much. Right? Shout out to Rod Gas. What's good, Rod Gas? Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. Week 1, 2, 5, red zone. Week 2, 2, 5, red zone. Week 2 is 6. Yeah, facts, man. We should be 4-0 with that, cleaning up and running the ball more. But like I said, just wanted to show this clip real quick because of the O line likes to make mistakes more in the red zone. I've noticed that, right? Um, Another thing I want to call out when it comes to the red zone is the play calling. Um, 3305. Let me go to that real quick. 3305. Right here. I don't like this play calling. And you're gonna see on the left side of your screen, you got twin receivers, right? That means there's two receivers on your left side. You got Matt Collins and Devontae Adams on the left side. You got Jacob Johnson at fullback, and you got your five offensive line, Josh Jacobs in the back, and Derek Carr. What I don't like about this play call, what you're gonna notice is that two receivers are on the same side. Instead of spreading it out, you have number 30, the safety over there, um, pay attention more to the running back, right? But what they do here is that they have our backs, right, all blocking at the end of the day. And when they're blocking, um, it causes Derek Carr to not be able to roll out right because you got that safety lurking on the right side. And when the left side, you have two receivers in the same side, which to me does not make sense in this play call. And I'm gonna let this play right here. You notice, look, it was supposed to be a quick screen to Devontae Adams, right? Instead, Carr pump fakes, right? Causing Devontae Adams to just stand there because he doesn't know what to do no more because the play is already blown up because it was supposed to be a quick screen to Devontae. And instead of Josh McDaniels and Mike Lombardi cooking up something that is unique, they went with a really basic play that if that one read doesn't work, there's nothing else. And I don't like those type of play calls, right? When you only have that one option, and when that one option doesn't work, then you got no options, right? That's the type of plays I don't like seeing. I want various options. Maybe have your running back run a route. Maybe have your fullback run a route the other side. Make the defense lurking. Maybe um have one receiver on one side, one receiver on the other side, let them go one on one. As you see, Matt Collins is getting double team at this point. Devontae Adams is getting double team, and our backs are blocking. So at this point, your read is already screwed up. Your screenplay that you were supposed to run is already blown up. That's why Carr pump fake. At this point, you got nothing. And I don't and like I said, I don't like red zone plays like this. It don't make any sense because if that like I'm gonna keep repeating it. It's one option. If you that option is blocked out and locked down, you got no other option and that play is useless. And that's what you see here, right? Here Carr just throws it out because there's legit nothing. Now I'm gonna let it just play out and I'm gonna be talking over it. Lined up, two receivers there. Instead of running out back-to-back plays, he pump fakes, the screen's blown up, and at this point, he got nobody, so he just throws it out. And I don't, like I said, I do not like plays like this either. We're gonna skip a little bit forward. It's another bullshit play call as well in the same drive. Let me see. And this is the one thing I don't like about Carr recently is that he tries to get flags, right? He tries to rely on the refs. And as a quarterback, you're not supposed to rely on the refs because the refs are not always going to be on your side. Wearing that silver and black already puts a target on your back. You feel me? Um, at the end of the day, so Card has done this a lot the past few weeks. I don't know if you noticed, y'all. He would be trying to argue for a flag. Look, he throws it out of bounds and he points and he's trying to get a flag, but nothing, right? What I don't like about this play is that everybody is bunched up. If you notice the route combinations, Keelan Cole is running the same way Matt Collins is. Look at this. They're both right here, right? You could say that. maybe Derek Carr could have threw it right here, but at the same time, you got that linebacker lurking right there in the middle, and then you got your running back over here running a practically a out route, right? And you have, of course, Devontae Adams cut there, and you got, I believe that's Darren Waller right there. So you got practically everybody bunched up, and I'm not saying bunched up, but close enough to each other that everything is blocked, right? And on this play also, the offensive line gets blown up as well. There's pressure in his head, right? And shout out to Jonathan Caleros. Not only that, but they ran the ball. They ran that play in the last 3 games. Exactly, Jonathan. I'm seeing deja vu with that play. They keep doing where Carr is just looking at one side because all the receivers are on one side. It doesn't make sense when you got people bunched up like this, right? It's not bunched up to a point where it looks like Black Friday, right? Black Friday at Walmart where everybody's just crowded, but it's close enough, the distance between all the receivers, that the defense don't really got to push off too much because all the defenders are on the same side. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying, right? As you could see right here, I paused it in this moment because not only do you have that cornerback on that running back, I mean that safety on the running back, but that safety is also covering and helping double team Devontae Adams right there, as you see on your left hand side on the screen. In the middle, Wilder's doing a comeback route and he's getting defended pretty good. You got your safety in the back covering everything in the middle. Keelan Cole is trying to head to the middle, and Matt Collins is doing the same route um that Keelan Cole is doing. So at this point, these are the little things, right, in the red zone. Last week, we seen Devontae Adams and Waller in the red zone run the same route and crowded. You can't do that as a play caller. You got to make a lot of separation between all the routes that your receivers are running. Also, if you're gonna use your running backs and your fullbacks, you got to use them as a unique way. When you have a running back and a fullback at 10 yards away, right? And like I showed you in the last play, they had them both blocking. What does that do? Now you only got 2 routes, and it's not even 2 routes. It's one call. It's one option. The play I showed before this, where you, if that screen blows up, you got nothing. And that's not how it's supposed to be in the red zone. The reason why the Kansas City Chiefs are so good at the red zone is because they're doing unique play calls. These are play calls that we see in backyard football. I'm not saying the Raiders go out there in the red zone and go play backyard football. No, we're not that team yet. But at the same time, call up unique plays where it catches the defense off. When you got people in similar areas, that's not catching the defense by surprise. That's making it pretty damn obvious, right? But when we play KC, like to see that hurry up offense. Facts. Renfro missing piece for red zone for McDaniels figures. I was watching recasts of McDaniels with Pats, how he used Edelman a lot in the red zone. That's why we get that kind of calls until Renfro is back. But I think without Renfro, I think that's still no excuse. I think as a play caller, you got to be able to play call a good red zone play. And these guys are proven when it comes to the red zone. I mean, Josh McDaniels came out of, the Patriots were the best team in the red zone last year, and we have better talent than them. Why can't we do it? Is because he's doing too much, in my opinion. And shout out to Kyle Holt. Salute to you, brother. Hope all is well. They got to be more creative in the red zone. Facts. They run when the defense knows they're going to run and pass when the defense knows to pass. And if you put all that together, right, what you just said, Jonathan, that is that equates to predictable. The red zone offense is predictable. And that's all it's been the last few weeks. And the reason why it's not been working. And shout out to Black Trucks Podcast, brother. What's good, man? Good to see you. Shout out to Kyle Holt. What's good, Kyle Holt? Good to see you. Salute to you as well. Shout out to Circus Raider as well. Let JJ run and Morte end arounds for 3 or less yards. That'll bring us the number 1 draft pick, right, Circus? Shit, right? But yeah, predictability. There you go. Predictability. And that's all it is. Predict, predictability. That's the name of it, of our red zone offense, and we got to clean that up if we want a chance against Chiefs. If you think that putting up 3 points after 3 points after 3 points, it's gonna beat the Chiefs on Monday, you are 100% mistaken. And shout out to Reeps as well. What's good, Reeps? Good to see you. Hope all is well. So I got another play. I didn't label it, but we'll see it right now at 44:20. Give me a second. I think this is the Zamir White play. Let me see. Yeah, this is the Zamir White play. What have I been? What did I say in my preview, y'all? What was it? This is a positive, right? What did I say about my preview? I said give the rock to Zeus more. Zeus is best at outside running. I said that. And what did he? I know this is just one play. He's only had 2 touches this game, but look at what he did on a crucial 3rd and 1. And I love this play call because you have Josh Jacobs at fullback, so the defense is already stacking up the box. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people at the line, 2 linebackers behind him, and 2 safeties, and 1 safety coming up in the box. So you're stacking up that whole box, expecting a run up the middle because you have Josh Jacobs at fullback. What I like this is that they get confused. They think that Josh Jacobs is going to get the ball because he's at fullback and the whole day he's been running. So they think to get 3rd and 1 and get 1 yard, we're going to do a quick run to the middle by Josh Jacobs, and he's at that fullback position, and Waller's in motion, right? What I like about this play call is that you end up doing a pitch in the outside. You do exactly what you said in the press conferences. You're using guys to the best of their ability. So let this play. What I also like about this is that Waller has been blocking pretty good this game, to be honest. Look at Waller. Great block right there. All the way down. Zamir White gets all the way down to about the 6 yard line. And like I said, what I like about this is that Waller has been doing this all game. Waller got better at blocking this game. I'm going to give him a lot of credit. Look at pushes the corner all the way out. Corners out of the play as Zamir White does a good job of getting out of Bradley Chubb's way. Boom, boom, steps forward. And there you go. He could have been if if Adams would have held it a little bit longer, and if that D tackle wasn't that quick, surprisingly, I think Zamir White would have been gone, right? But this was a great design plays, and these are the plays I want to see. These are the plays I want to see. Non-predictable. It to not be predictable, and this play was not predictable because they thought stacking up the box was the best bet because it was 3rd and 1. Look at that. They thought Josh Jacobs was gonna run because Josh Jacobs at fullback. This is a great play because you catch the defense off guard. Look at these 3 guys just staring because they thought they were gonna run to the right. Look how many people stacked up the right. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. And they got mistaken. At this point, it's all up to the running back to make the play. And a great block by Darren Waller opened up the gap, and it was just Zamir against Bradley Chubb. And Zamir does a great way to get out of Bradley Chubb's way. And that's what I like to see. Unpredictable things. I want to see Carr throw a TD pass in the red zone. And like I showed earlier in the clips, as long as you play a call that has multiple options, you will see Carr throw touchdowns in the end zone. But if you continue to do stuff that is too predictable that we've been seeing the last few weeks, they're not gonna get on the same page, right? Shout out to Shadow. Shout out to Shadow. Yup, plays like this one are amazing because Jacobs ran the ball last game on this same play. Exactly. Eric, you think we used Tyron Johnson Monday night? For speed, saving him for the game because we have given him a chance. I hope so because at the end of the day, I've been seeing Keelan Cole run a lot of routes that he's wide open deep. But the reason Carr doesn't go with him is because Keelan Cole hasn't been that good recently, right? So at the end of the day, you would give somebody, if you don't trust Keelan Cole, go trust Tyron Johnson. Tyron Johnson got better at his hands. The guy is the quickest one on the field. Instead of having Devontae Adams do an end around, have Tyron Johnson do an end around because Tyron Johnson is quicker than Adams. And when you got somebody at that caliber of speed, all it takes is one missed tackle and the guy could go and start the boost, right? And shout out to Chris. I want to see. Yep, I already read that. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Raider Eric putting in the work. I appreciate it, brother. Time of possession is going to be key against the Chiefs. That's facts, Kyle Holt. The best way to beat Patrick Mahomes too, keep him off the field. Keeping Mahomes and the offense off the field. Exactly. Eric, we gave Price to Arizona. What do you mean by that, brother? But that's the offensive side of the ball. Now we're gonna go with the defensive side of the ball. And some things I've been seeing about this defense side is that they over pursue quite some way. They over pursue a lot, and that causes a lot of big plays. So while I get the defensive stuff, I'm gonna go over the chat. Put Johnson as our wide receiver three, way better than Key Drop Coles, who's too scared to even attempt a punt return. Exactly, and I would think that Johnson should have some burn coming up against the Chiefs. Let me bring up the defensive side of the ball real quick, if I can. Let me see. Here we go. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let me go right here. Okay, there we go. I seen on the field that they gave Guadri. I don't know how to say his name that well, but Guadri, the new cornerback that we gained, that I didn't even know who he was until we signed him. He allowed a lot of catches. He allowed the touchdown here, right? What I don't like about this play is that Harmon was supposed to help too, right, over the top, but Harmon ends up over pursuing Judy. I believe. I think that was Judy right there at the slot on your left hand side. I think he over pursues him, and I'm gonna pause it. What I mean, right? Um, and this is the one thing I don't like about our red zone defense. Our red zone defense has been one of the worst as well. So when you go here, right, you see right here, our corner is defending Judy pretty good. There's no need for help, and as you can see here, the safety is lurking right here. He over pursues. Look at, he over pursues, already has his left foot in bad position, bad change of direction. Russell Wilson already released the ball, and it gets caught in the back of the end zone right there at the very top, right? And shout out to every, I think I pronounced it G Dree. Okay, or something close to that. For sure, Circus. Thank you. I like to see pressure from the DT on defense this Monday. Exactly. You got to get push up the middle, man. You got to get push up the middle. But little plays like this I've been seeing from the safeties. The safeties over pursue quite some well, right? Quite sometimes. So at the end of the day, um, I think that I think that we need to clean up a lot of this over pursuing. From Diablo, I seen it from Diablo a lot. I seen it from our safeties a lot. And that's key situations, right? In this play could have been easily picked off if Harmon didn't over pursue when it was unnecessary. And Guadri, or the guy that we picked up, has been getting burned the whole game. He looked like face on, in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie. So, Eric, the center Billy Price was signed by Arizona Cardinals off the practice squad today. Oh yeah, I don't know Billy Price like that. I don't really keep track of the Cardinals, to be honest. But Mac Holland has been a major surprise this season. Love his all around play. Hey, Mac Hollins, man, he's been one of the most underrated pickups we got, man. I think one of the best ones as well. But Harmon here, like I said, over pursues, and I didn't like that about the guy, right? Another turning point, right? So let me say this loud and clear. Amik Robertson deserves the game ball. He truly does. Amik Robertson played out of his mind. Out of his mind, right? Amik Robertson had his best performance in the silver and black on Sunday. He did, and he deserves a game ball. But before this play happened, Amik wasn't doing so good. I think the shit talking coming from Judy really did push Amik to work extra harder. Which who wouldn't, right? You want to give a slap to the face back after getting talked shit on. You want to get retaliation, so that's understandable. And I'm glad that happened because that activated something in Amik. And hopefully Amik doesn't need somebody to shit talk to do this on a consistent basis. But this is the play that was the turning point. Um, Amit gets burned for a really long bomb right there. It was just a streak. He falls because he tries to look back and locate the ball. And at this point, Judy is calling him small right here. This was the turning point for Amik right here. Where Judy called him small. Look at him. He's putting his hand down like he's calling him short. And that really did boost Amik Robertson. The reason I wanted to show this film is because hey, this was the turning point in the guy balling out, right? As you can see right there, look at he does the little kid. Look at, there you go. Look at, you're short. So that was the turning point in Amik, right? Um 722. I'm trying to see the I think it's this one. I believe it's this one. Let me make sure that it's this one, right? Yeah, okay. If you notice right here, if there wasn't no pass rush here, right? Max Crosby's right here. You will notice that Amik Robertson is getting beat right here out of the crossing route. Nate Hobbs is chasing Sutton, but Judy is open across. You may say the safety, but the safety is getting blocked off at this moment by Nate Hobbs right here. I think Russell Wilson was letting go of the ball, allowing actually both of these receivers were quite open because Sutton, look at Sutton's wide here, Judy's wide here. It could have gone either way, but thanks to Max Crosby there, Max Crosby causes the QB hit, causing Russell Wilson to screw up there, right? It's little things like this, right? Pass rush can make a big difference, and I keep saying it. If the pass rush is good, your secondary is gonna look good, regardless of the talent on there. Well, not regardless of the talent. You still have to have talent on the secondary, but if you have a really good pass rush, your secondary could look better than what expected, right? And Josh can't get out coached on Monday. Hopefully, he sticks to the hot hand and Josh Jacobs and runs the ball. Not try to outsmart himself and starts to throw on every down in some series. Some key stats about the Chiefs. The Chiefs are number one in run defense. The Chiefs are number one when it comes to run defense. Yes, yes. And they are third worst in passing defense. So just a quick little thing to just have in the back of the head. The fact that the Chiefs are number one in defense, but number three worst in passing. So it's gonna be very interesting how we call plays against the Chiefs, right? We're just coming out of a game where we ran pretty good and we went against a really good run defense as well in Broncos. I want to see that hopefully Josh McDaniels doesn't go away from the run and doesn't get I guess a little bit intimidated about that because I'm pretty sure if we notice that, he could notice that. Hopefully, he doesn't get intimidated by the key little rankings as far as them being the number one run defense, right? Keep running the ball regardless. Keep running the ball. There's no difference. You are going to get to better run defense, but at the same time, in order to have a really good offense, you got to have a balanced offense. A good running game opens it up for the passing. A really good passing opens it up for the running, right? What's up, Eric? We need multiple turnovers on defense to win Monday as well. Yep, we've had back-to-back weeks where it's been a takeaway. One of them went for a touchdown. We gotta get some takeaways on Monday, and it's gonna be hard because Patrick Mahomes ain't no slouch. Denver was supposed to be good against the run too, and we smashed them. No fear, exactly, and that's what I want Josh McDaniels to realize. Do not get intimidated by that ranking. You went against a really good defense in Denver. You did this to Denver. You could do the same thing to the Chiefs if you just make a balanced offense, right? The Broncos didn't allow a second half touchdown until JJ changed that exactly. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. That opens up the pass game. As you can see, Derek Carr played a good enough game. No turnovers, right? That's all you can ask in a quarterback. And he did just enough to win. Got key first downs. He used his legs more. Used key throws, and long passes as well. We haven't seen a 80-yard bomb or 60-yard bomb yet, but the run game really helped out the passing game in that sense. And sometimes we don't need Carr to throw 44 times like against the Tennessee Titans. We don't need him to throw over 30 times. All we need him to do is make sure to hold the ball, make sure the ball is secured, make sure there's no turnovers, don't turn over the ball, and just let the offense progress downfield and continue to score, points. And you need to score in the red zone, like I said, right? So moving on here. Moving on here. We get yes, facts, Mr. Took yourself. Balance. Balance. Exactly. Shout out to Turbo Duran. Hello, S Experience and everyone. Let's finish Chiefs and hit the bye week on a good note. Hopefully, man, Turbo. That's the plan, right? Eric, who do you think is gonna be the first one to sack sideshow Bob Mahomes? Max Crosby, bro. The guy is a baller, man. He's been a baller and he continues to ball out the week in and week out. The guy is a beast, and I think Max Crosby will really take advantage of this battered up offensive line that they got. And I think Max Crosby is gonna have a key factor in and hopefully a win on Monday because it's gonna be a tough game, right? Shout out to Darcel Ball. BKC and we right back in this. Exactly, Darcel. Exactly, man. It all starts with balance, offense, and it starts with a defensive red zone, being good at a red zone defense, and on top of that, good pass rush. Also, cleaning up the red zone in general on both sides of the ball, the offense and defense side of the ball. Where is the crossing routes? Raider way, I ask that so much on why they don't do it. Look at this. This was man coverage, and look at how easy they were open. It's just that Russell Wilson got QB hit by Max Crosby. You got lucky on this play. But crossing routes beats man coverage. Simple. When you got somebody like Devontae Adams, one of the best receivers at the slot position as well, most of his badass plays came from the what? The slot. Came from the slot. So, in overall, in order to beat a lot of teams that run man coverage, you run the crossing routes. You don't keep running these streak routes with Mac Hollins, thinking that Mac Hollins is gonna goddamn burn his guy. Tyron Johnson. There's a reason you kept Tyron Johnson in there, right? There's a reason you have Devontae Adams. Use them. There's a reason why you kept, you're about to get Renfro back. Use them in crossing routes and slant routes. Ball control will be vital against the Queefs. Yep. If we lose, no. If we can't be at 6-4, we got 5 easy scheduled games after bye week. I'm not gonna say easy scheduled games just because we are technically a easy team on a lot of people's schedule. Nothing is easy moving forward. Yes, it's a less competent or well competition in the middle of the schedule compared to the beginning or end, but they are still no slouches. Jacksonville is looking like a good young and up and coming team. The Texans haven't gotten a win, but they've been competitive. The Saints are no joke on their defense, and some of their receivers do cause a little bit of problem. Um, and you keep going down the list, right? You're gonna play the Patriots eventually, right? And stuff like that. Exactly. We are the easy team on the schedule, and that's what I'm saying too, right? Shout out to Brandon. It was good. Can we line up Cleve Farrell outside and Chandler Jones inside on certain schemes? Monday night could do work. Could that work? See, yeah, Kyle Hope, because what I've noticed with here, let me see if I could bring up one of those plays for you real quick because I want to show you while saying it verbally, so I could give you a visual and give you a verbal. Let me see if I could find it though. Let me see. Let me go to one of the clips I have real quick. Go to 1346. Let me see if that one got it real quick. Um, does this one have it? No, not this one. But let me show this one real quick. This is a great play right here because I believe Bilal Nichols uh, throws Melvin Gordon down. Harmon with the hit pops up, gives it a Meek, and Meek has a great return. Makes people miss. I love that. I love this play right here, man. Let me see. 18. Let me see. Where can I find it? Where is it? Let me see if I can find it for you. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm just skipping through to see if I could find it. I think it was that one. Yes. Wait. No. I'm dumb. Nope. Actually, yes, 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 yes. If you notice on this play, this is one of the ones right here, right? To answer your question, Kyle, if you see on your screen right here, on your left hand side, you got Max Crosby and you got Cleve Farrell. What they did a lot was they used Chandler Jones too. They used Chandler Jones and Malcolm Kuntz at the same time on other plays. They had Malcolm Kuntz as D tackle and they had Chandler Jones in the outside. And what they did was a stunt where Chandler Jones will come in the inside and Malcolm Kuntz will go on the outside, right? And when that happens, that creates a stunt to try to screw up the offensive line. So what I like about how Patrick Graham runs his defense and that he utilizes a lot of outside linebackers to run stunts with each other, causing people the offensive line to get mixed up. We've seen our offensive line get beat with a lot of stunts, but Patrick Graham runs a similar thing. Well, he'll have Malcolm Kuntz, right? So to answer your question, I think that's a perfect idea, right? They've been doing that with Clear Max on the left side. They did that with Max and Chandler on one play. A lot of things with this is that they use a lot like Cleve Farrell Chandler, Malcolm Kuntz Chandler, Max Crosby Clee. They have them rotating so they could intersect and cause a stunt, right? And those usually work because you end up creating pressure some way somehow because the offensive line, one of the offensive line is bound to make a miscommunication read, right? So I think Kyle Holt, that's one of the good things you could do is that Clee is very versatile and Chandler Jones can cause a little bit of disruption when it comes to the inside. That would be it. I think that would work. I really truly do think that would work. Um, Well, yeah, a stunt. Yeah, yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, a stunt. Um, and yeah, Jones never lined up in the inside. I said that Jones would be on the outside and Malcolm Kuntz was in the inside. And what happens was that Malcolm Kuntz will run to the outside and Chandler Jones will go on the inside. Yeah, I got that correct. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay, I think you're just agreeing with me for sure, for sure. Shout out to EJ Raider. What's good, EJ? Good to see you. What up, Sarah? What up, sis? Hope all is well. Good to see you in here too. Hope all is well. Shout out to Brandon. Oh boy, tried to hit my boy with the little fella, and Amik was like on his ass after that. No facts, Brandon. That's facts, bro. I'm telling you, that changed his demeanor. The boy was determined. The guy was flying all over the field, making tackle for losses, getting tackles, uh, making sure that nobody else grabbed that tackle. He wanted to really make that hit. He stepped over Judy, got the takeaway, and ended up scoring. He did everything right, and I want to see this on a consistent basis, not only just one game, right? Shout out to the Raider room as well. What's good, Raider room? What's good? Good to see you, brother. Defense, the MVP. If they can pressure Mahomie and cause him to throw in hurry, the secondary young and fast, and come up and make a play. Kelsey, we got to hit at the line and stay on his ass. Yep, that's facts. You are not wrong at all. You are not wrong at all. Um, so yeah. Another thing I wanted to bring up is the over pursuing again. Um I said this about Harmon earlier and the safeties. Now you're gonna see Diablo, and this is the reason why Diablo hasn't been doing too well either. He does a lot of over pursuing. And let me go to that clip real quick. 28. What is it? 28. Here we go. So if you notice on the top of your screen, right? Oh, this is actually the stunt, I believe. The stunt too. Let me see if it's the stunt. Oh no, it's not. But look, Diablo's right here, one on one with the running back, right? And this is what I'm talking about over pursuing. Shout out to Vegas Raiders, 27 likes, 47 in the chat. Facts, Vegas Raider. If you guys can hit that like button, we're at 27 likes. There's 49 people in here now. If you guys can, please, 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 I'll greatly appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything. It is free. Hit that like button, man. Let's get to now we have 50. Let's try to get a 50 likes, man. I'll greatly appreciate it. And just like the just like it, And if you like the content, subscribe if you're new, right? So exactly, Chris. Yeah, Diablo has not been good at all, man. And I've been one of those guys that haven't been too high on him since the offseason. And I've been proven right when it comes to Diablo. So as you see here, he's one-on-one against the running back. The running back is gonna make a little move, boom, makes a move, rotates to the middle. He's doing a crossing route above the middle. At this point, Russell Wilson's already out of the pocket, right? He's running. Diablo notices. Look at where his helmet is. Instead, he continues to pursue the running back, already has bad footing. He's still covering the running back, and then finally tries to go for the play. Malcolm Kuntz went all the way from the edge and chased down Russell Wilson. In this play, yes, Russell Wilson would have probably got a couple yards either way. But at this moment, when Diablo notices, he should already be rotating his hips, pause, and change and having a change of direction. I heard Amik's friends and fans were at the game. That's good, man. I'm glad that he played good, though. I want him to do it on a consistent basis, right? And there it is, right? So you know, Graham Kev says, Chris, yeah, but he doesn't make plays. Yeah, Diablo doesn't. I believe he's still the second. He's still allowing the second most yards from the linebacker position, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. If I am not mistaken, I am not 100% sure, but I believe he still is leading in that category. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, right? So yeah, just that over pursuing, even with the safeties, like I said, right? Max Crosby leads to, exactly. See, that's why Max Crosby is a beast, man. Jesse Cardenas, if our defense of secretary was able to control the Denver Broncos receiving core, Broncos have a way better receiving core than Kansas City. You know what, Jesse? On paper, they do. But Kansas City has been proving that when Patrick Mahomes is at quarterback, regardless of who the receiver is, the receiver is going to get open. Because the amount of time that Patrick Mahomes gets out of the pocket, moves to the left, moves all the way to the right, breaks tackles, and then ends up throwing. Like, that's the thing with Patrick Mahomes, is that he makes receivers look really good because he buys them a lot of time to get open. And that's the thing, right? And that's gonna be the difficult part, right? We've been having multiple times where Chandler Jones will miss the sack, where Chandler Jones will over pursue or under pursue and not be able to get off that block. The other times we see the D tackles not getting pushed up the middle. Other times we see Max Crosby getting double teamed. But at the end of the day, those things cannot happen when you're going against somebody like Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes will make you pay even if he doesn't have Tyreek Hill, because at the end of the day, he's been proving it the past few weeks. And as much as I hate the Queefs and I fucking hate them with a passion, you gotta give Mahomes credit for what he done, right? He makes the most out of nothing. And that's what's crazy. That's why they say he's one of the best at playing backyard football. Crosby over the Mac. Facts, Vegas. That split second, if he would have sat down to cover Wilson, he would have flipped it to the running back. He was already past. He was already past the line of scrimmage. He's already past. At this moment, he's past the line of scrimmage. This is just football IQ at that point, right? Look at watch the line of scrimmage here. Let me block it off. The line of scrimmage is right here. I'm gonna keep my arrow at that. Can you guys see the arrow? I'm gonna keep the arrow right there. But you guys can't see the arrow no more. Okay, that dash right here where my arrow is where the line of scrimmage was about. Right here, right underneath the line right here. The line right here in the middle. Right here. Okay. At this point, right? He steps up. Boom. Past it. Diablo notices, but he continues to go out there. As you could see, Russell Wilson is not Patrick Mahomes. And we've been noticing it. Russell Wilson has been playing horrible this season. And at that point, you gotta right there, because he's pursuing right there and already keeps the line of scrimmage. Let me see. I heard Blake Martinez will be the spy for Monday night for what I heard. Well, I don't know how they're gonna use him at the end of the day, but Blake Martinez is, like I always said, that Denzel Perriman was the Blake Martinez of the Patrick Graham system, because what he's but he no, no, Arnold. I'm not arguing that that's not his guy, but what Diablo does a lot, he over pursues. That's the problem with Diablo. He over pursues a lot. This ain't the first time. This is just one of the clips that I decided to show. But he tends to over pursue a lot when it comes to things like that, right? And sometimes, also there's a reason why he's allowed the most yards. He can't cover to save his life either. So if that don't show you how not so good he is and why we should give Darion Butler a green light, a green pass, a whatever you want to call it, I don't know what does. Because at this point, I think Darion Butler is a better coverage middle linebacker than Devon Diablo. Where Devon Diablo is really good at is reading the gaps. That's what Diablo's really good at, reading the gaps when it comes to a run play. And that's the thing I like about Diablo's play style. It's similar to Amik, where Amik is really good at tackling, blitzing, stuff like that, but coverage sometimes not so much. And that's the same thing with Diablo as well. It's the little things, the little change of directions, not having so good at change of directions as a linebacker, as a safety, as a corner, as a secondary in general. You got to be able to have good change of direction, because sometimes one bad step could cause a 40-yard run and stuff like that, right? Um, but the good thing here is that he's getting reps, right? Last year, Diablo didn't get too many reps, so it's understandable why he's making these mistakes. It's like he's a rookie this year, right? Technically, right? And they are using him a little bit out of position. But in that case, that goes for. So you say he doesn't cover, but he had good coverage. Wilson made a good play by stepping up. Arnold, this is one play though. That's I get what you mean, but I don't know if you understand me. This is just one clip I've shown. If you want me to, I could go back there in the archives and go get every play Diablo has getting burned from. There's a reason why he's allowed the second most yards as a linebacker in the league. If that means he's good at coverage, that's a good coverage linebacker, then hey, screw it, right? Screw it. But there's a reason why he's allowed most yards. But like I said, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because Ardo, that play was to show his bad change of direction and the over pursuing. That's what the clip was shown for. That wasn't to show his coverage skills. If I were to show his Carter skills, yeah, yeah, apparently he wants all of them. So I mean, hey, I could go back there in the next live. I'll try to pull up all of them. I'll do it. I'll get all of them. I'll screen record all of them and show it. But this play was just to show that. It wasn't to show the coverage. The coverage was really good on this play. It was. It was. But there's a reason why he's allowed the second most yards, right? Daniel Butler's uncle is a security guard in downtown Visalia, in case anyone was wondering. Oh shit, that's lit, right? That's lit, right? The Chiefs will fall apart. Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid already hating each other at Tampa. Eric Bieniemy ignored Andy Reid. I didn't know that. Did that really happen? Sarah says, I hate them so much and hate that he's good this year. Yeah, it sucks seeing, AFC rivals be good, better than what we expected, but it is. Shout out to Critique. Shout out to Critique. Let me see something real quick. Let me hold on. Let me go here. Let me go here. Let me go here. Let me go here. Give me a second. Let me see if they hold on. Give me a second. I'm trying to set this up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Masterson and Butler will be our starting linebackers next year with Diablo. You think? Yeah, Jayon Brown hasn't been. See, this is the thing too, right? Masters. What do I say? Jayon Brown hasn't performed to the level where I thought he was gonna perform. Right, the guy in the last 5 years has been one of the best coverage linebackers, and he hasn't shown any other coverage. So if I'm gonna rep Diablo, I should rep Jayon Brown as well. Our linebackers haven't been that too well on some coverage plays. But at the end of the day, the defense has been doing good enough for us to win, and that's what matters, right? Like I said, the only thing they need to clean up are the little fundamental things, which you're starting to see progression, right? Me showing these clips are just to show a little bit of the um a little bit of the little faults, right? On Sunday I showed all the positive notes. I talked a lot about the positive because we just won, so I want to make sure that we talk positive and we be happy. But today I wanted to make a full breakdown of the little fundamental bad stuff that some of the players make, right? It's just little things that they need to work on, right? But they're starting to get better week in and week out, right? That is the good thing, that you see it is starting to progress forward, and that's all I can ask for. It's just little things they need to work on, and those are just fundamental things. You clean up that, those are easy to clean up. You clean up that, sky's the limit, right? And that's what I'm holding on to, right? You notice it, right? Even 1 and 3, we're better than 1 and 3. We clean up those little things, the red zone, this and that. It'll be good, right? True Brown was supposed to be a cover guy. Yeah, that's the most surprising one out of all of them. Jayon Brown was supposed to be our best coverage linebacker out there, and he hasn't been performing too well, man. Yeah, but we have a weak linebacker room. We do. I agree with you, but we only allow 7 second half points without pyramid. Yeah, and that's what I like, right? That's why I like the way, how do I say this? I like the way that we're progressing forward, right? Shout out to egalitarian. Salute to Raider Critique. What's good, brother? Need to make a big jump play. Playing KC. No, that's facts. Let Masterson play. Graham let Darian Butler as well, man. Give him a little bit of reps, right? Darian Butler did play a snap or two in this game, which I did enjoy watching. SC, which team in the AFC West do you hate the most? I hate the Chargers the most. That's just me, right? I hate KC too. But for me, I think it's the Chargers, and I think it's because I'm a little bit of a homer as far as me being in SoCal. I think that's why I hate them the most, right? Um, so at the end of the day, I hate them all, probably equally, but probably the Chargers are just above that level of hatred, like above it. but at the same time, I hate all of them. I don't want to see none of them succeed. I don't want to see any of them hoist the Lombardi Trophy. I don't want to see any of them. I don't want to see any of them win. When they win, it disgusts me. I want to throw up when I see them win. When I seen the Chiefs beating on Tom Brady, I was like, ugh, come on, fucking Tom Brady. What the fuck? The only time I will root for Tom Brady beat Patrick Mahomes, and they couldn't do that. Because why? Why didn't the Buccaneers beat the Chiefs, y'all? Because you can't continue to settle for 3 every time you go downfield. You can't. You settle for 3 every time you go downfield. You ain't gonna beat the Chiefs, right? Um, but I hate the Chiefs a lot. I hate the see. That's a hard question, Kyle. Honestly, fuck it. I hate all of them. Fuck them all. Fuck the whole AFC West, except for us. What? Fuck the rest. It's silver and black or nothing. Screw the orange, whatever the fuck, and the fucking queefs and man, fuck them all. And then I'm gonna add on to your question real quick, and I'm gonna answer myself like a rhetorical question real quick. What other teams do I hate? I hate the Niners. I hate the Cowboys. Oh, the Cowboys fan base is idiotic. The Niners fan base is idiotic. Makes me I hate them with a passion. Maybe not as much as everybody that lives over there in Northern California. I know it's way different than how it is over here. But at the same time, I hate the Niners. I hate the fucking trams. You know what I'm talking about? I call the trams. I hate the fucking the Patriot. Yeah, the Patriots too. Yeah, those are all people I hate. What other teams? I don't really hate on the other teams. I mean, the Cowboys. I said the Niners. The Rams, the Trams. Um, yeah, that's about it. And the whole AFC West, right? That's about it. That is about it. I hate all other 31 teams equally. There you go, James Purple. Shout out to Carlos as well, man. I hate sneezing. Bless you, Terrence. Uh, put some pickle juice in Mahomes' water bottle. Facts on. I hate the donkeys the most. I hate. Wait. I hate the Chargers too. Bullying, goddamn circus. Come on, man. They got no rings or playoff success. So yeah, it's kind of like if you're a Dodger fan. Shout out to people that like baseball and stuff. If you're a Dodger fan, think of the Chargers as like the Padres. Like they're just happy to get one win and they think they won the Super Bowl. Like that's what the Padres are. There were, I mean, if anybody's seen on Twitter what happens when the Padres clinched the playoffs recently, they were throwing a whole ass fucking parade. Like what the fuck? They were celebrating the next day too. I was sitting there like, what the fuck? There you go, critique. There are 32 teams in the NFL. The Raiders and the other 31 are the Raider bitches. There you go, man. Or the or the Giants. Or the Giants. I hate the Bolts the most. There you go. What are the Giants, the Chiefs, or the Donkeys? There you go, man. Shout out to everybody in here, man. If you guys can, we have 61 people in here, man. If you guys can do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. Um, we're on the road to 2K. Shout out to Ray Love as well. I hate the Kansas City Chiefs the most. There you go, man. There you go. Shout out to Sebastian Gonzalez. Willie Wayne was good, my brother. Hope all is well. Shout out to Carlos as well. And hopefully I didn't skip any. James Purple, my guy, was good, man. Mr. Took your soul, the opening kickoff, and Brady sack fumble. Exactly, right? After adjustments, our defense has only allowed 14 points in the second half in 3 games. I say 3 because I took out the AZ game because in mine that game doesn't exist. There you go. There you go. But yeah. Let me see. Is there any other clips I wanted to show? Let's go to 32:46. This is the Chandler Jones clip real quick. I think Chandler Jones, this was his best game of the season. I really do think this is the best game of the season. So far. Um, is it this one? No, it's not this one. 34:46. Oh, right here. On this play, Chandler Jones gets faked out by Russell. Oh wait, no, is it this one? No, it's not. What the hell? And what the hell was I? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. 32:46. Here we go. Is it this one? Yeah, yeah. This is where Russell Wilson scores the touchdown. So it's a read option. Chandler Jones gets faked out, and he's just jogging at that point. Like, even though Russell Wilson is diving, the Chandler Jones right there. Look at. I don't know, bro. I don't know about y'all, but Chandler Jones to me looks a little bit off this season. He does not look like the Chandler Jones I've seen from Arizona at all, at all. So those were some things. right, that I wanted to touch up upon. Give me 1 second. I just wanted to touch up upon some things right there. Um, but yeah, those were some little films that I wanted to show to back up the point. I just think overall our red zone offense has to be better, and I'm fucking lagging. God damn it. Anyways, red zone offense gotta get better. Red zone defense gotta get a little bit better. Besides that, I think the sky's the limit with this team. I think this team is a lot better than what we present ourselves. And the Chiefs are beatable. Let me continue to say it. The Chiefs are beatable. The Chiefs are not unbeatable. They are beatable. The Colts beat them. Who would have known that Gus Bradley would beat the Chiefs, right? But at the same time, you hardly see the Chiefs play a bad game. You got to play at least close to perfect to beat the Chiefs. And that's what is a very, very, very tough game. But the best way to beat the Chiefs is score in the red zone, time of possession, and do your best to slow down Patrick Mahomes. Do your best. I say do your best because it's hard to stop that guy. Put up points on the board. Exactly, Herman. Shout out to you. Put up points. And how do you put up points? Red zone. When you make it to the red zone, you got to score. Coach pressured Mahomes on 16 of his 43 dropbacks. Out of those 16, he threw 3 passes and completed 3. Yeah, that's what's scary, right? Patrick Mahomes could really make a defense look bad, even though they were playing pretty good, right? Chandler Jones got a double ARP benefits and ain't never been the same. God damn, Chandler Jones must have been a clone, and we got dumb one shaking my head. Shout out to Terrence dropping all the IGs as well, man, of people behind the scenes and just Discord in general and stuff like that. And like I said, if you guys can hit that like button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Um, Let me see what else we got. What else we got that is on the agenda today? Win toss, ball, or defer. It was kind of interesting that we won the toss and we received. I don't see that too often by the Raiders. But with Patrick Mahomes, I think I would defer. Yeah, exactly. I think I would defer. What do you guys think? Would you guys, if we win the toss, would you want to receive or would you want to defer? I would defer. I will defer because I think I think it was Casper that said earlier. I don't know who said it earlier. Sorry if I correct me if I'm wrong, but our defense has been playing really well, especially in the second half the last 3 weeks. It really truly has. And that is a good sign because our defense has to continue and continue to play well. And when you're playing against tough opponents and um top offensive teams like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, you gotta be able to at least slow them down and give the opportunity for your offense to take advantage and win and get off the field quickly. And that's what scares me. Andy Reid is a better head coach than Josh McDaniels. And hopefully Josh McDaniels does not overthink things. I hope, I hope McDaniels doesn't overthink things and allows our run game to continue and doesn't get scared of the stats, doesn't get scared of the rankings, doesn't get scared of this because the Chiefs are number one in defense, in run defense, but they're third worst when it comes to the passing game as far as allowed yards. So it's all up to Josh McDaniels there and how he's gonna come about things. He's not supposed to overthink things and overdo things, but he also has to not go away from what works. And if we're losing by half, you gotta be able to adjust, right? Of course, Reed is the head coach. That's what we need, Bill. God damn. He said defer to the second half. Defer. I will always defer. I want the ball in the second half. I like starting the ball in the second half. Red zone offense has to improve. Exactly. I strongly agree must produce more touchdowns. Exactly. We got to stop running the plays that every single goddamn receiver is in the same side because that ain't gonna work. KC is the place to beat them. Mahomes is undefeated on the road in the West. All of his losses have came in KC. It is supposed to be raining Monday night. And you know what's that's a clear indication? You're gonna see a lot of runs. Hopefully a lot of runs. Runs. Raiders defense needs to lock down Travis Kelce, McCole Hardman, Sky Moore, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Patrick Mahomes. Thank God we might most likely get Rock Ya-Sin back. Nate Hobbs has been playing good. Amik Robertson played a really good game. Hopefully he could do that on a consistent basis. Our secondary, our pass rush has been starting to get going a little bit more. Our pass rush in general has been getting a little bit more, which I like. Continue doing that. Chandler Jones, step it up a little. Our defensive front, get some pressure up the middle, and let's contain Mahomes and make sure that Mahomes doesn't have a clean pocket. I'm not saying on every play, but at least on most plays to make it hard for him and not make it an easy play for him, right? 2 for 6 ain't gonna cut it. Facts. 3 points isn't going to cut it. It have to go for it in the red zone on fourth. Exactly, Herman. The Queefs all must go down hard fights. We need to spy all game long. And I think you might see Blake Martinez at that role. I would personally maybe put Abram, maybe, because Abram loves pursuing on quarterbacks. Or you can have Max Crosby sometimes. What I like is that they run a lot of stunts, so you could use one of those stunts and make it act like it's about to be a stunt, or make it or make somebody. What I like about Patrick Graham's defense is he pretends to blitz. Right? There's a play where Nate Hobbs steps up. I mean, not Nate Hobbs. Jonathan Abel steps up and acts like he's gonna blitz. That causes Russell Wilson to audible. I know some of you guys seen it on Twitter. He audible. When he audibles, he calls out Abram blitzing. When he did that, Abrams drops back in coverage. And sometimes you gotta do that, right? You gotta have somebody. I'm not Patrick Mahomes is not Lamar Jackson. Patrick Mahomes is not Kyler Murray. He's not as fast as them. But Patrick Mahomes is able to go around the pocket and make plays. And the best way to prevent him from doing that is pass rush, and make him work for it. You make it hard for him, for you make the reads harder for him, and you make him work harder on things. That's the best way to beat him as well. Eric, do you think J.R. Brown could cover Travis Kelce? J.R. Brown, like I said, hasn't lived up to the expectations this year so far. But if there's one guy that they might most likely put on Travis Kelce, is J.R. Brown. And hopefully J.R. Brown could do it. I hope so, right? Keep him in the box. Facts. Trayvon Merrick needs to step up and make plays. Exactly. Exactly. Bro, Sertan, too, should have been caught on multiple pass interference calls. They didn't, and we still won. Exactly. 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 So let me actually show you one more. And this is the little thing about the safeties, too, right? I don't know why we allowed that pass to KJ Hamler at all. The whole point is is I believe, if I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. For everybody that knows the defensive, I'm still trying to learn the lingo. I believe this was a cover four. I believe what was supposed to happen here is the two safeties take care of anything over top. So when a receiver breaks away here, it's all up to the safety to end up covering on the receiver, right? You got, I believe, Abram right here. And then you got your two linebackers there, roaming the middle, right? You got Diablo in the middle taking care of the running back, I believe. And you got Jayon Brown covering the tight end, I believe. You have Jonathan Abram right here on your right side, taking care of the inside, which you see the inside right here. You see the out route here. And right here, you see, I think that was KJ Hamler. Yep, KJ Hamler, right? KJ Hamler's over top. At this point, Harmon is supposed to take over, and he has to already be able in position. He just ends up reacting a little bit too late, and KJ Hamler's speed was too fast for Harmon. Right here, as you see right there, boom. That's stepping right there from Harmon. I'm gonna play one more time. Boom. Going in the outside, and he's already gone with his speed. So, um, yeah, it's just little things like that, right? Just little things like that. The whole point of that coverage there was to prevent anything from going over top. And what happened? We didn't prevent it from going over top. Morick has been tested by quarterbacks of 0 targets, 0 TDs, 0 yards, 0 receptions. They've been throwing a lot on that right side because they've been taking advantage of Harmon, Abram, and people like that when it comes to the safety role, right? Do we do we turnovers to win? Oh, do we need turnovers to win? Yes. We gotta take away the ball. We gotta take away the ball some way, somehow. Pick off Mahomes, make one of his receivers fumble or running back. You gotta get at least a takeaway on the Chiefs to change the momentum. Sometimes a momentum swing is all you need in a team to get their gears running. And changing the momentum of the Chiefs is very, very crucial. I think we should. Hopefully, we could get an interception. That would feel good that they would pick up Patrick Mahomes. But any takeaway is a good takeaway and is a good way, right? Shout out to Jeff Garrison. Yo, 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 what up on my Raider Nation brothers? What's good, man? Graham needs to disguise the coverages and bring the blitz on first down, so whether run or pass, they get in the lockdown and distance. Yes, and Jeff, he's been starting to disguise a lot of blitzes and a lot of stunts, and I love it. I love that he's starting to do that, and he's got to continue to do it. He got to continue to do it. Um, he got to continue to do it. So at the end of the day, and by the way, that's cover two. Okay, exactly. It was gonna be either cover four, or cover two. Well, you got the two high safeties, exactly. So it is a cover two. Yeah, two high safeties. So that was a cover two. What's supposed to happen is they were supposed to take care of what's over the top. The safety ends up having a bad step. The receiver goes through the middle, and he beats him from speed. Thank you for correcting me on that. But yeah, Graham is starting to disguise little by little, and hopefully he could continue doing that. Right. Rough up Travis all game. There you go, man. Eric, do you think Nate Hobbs can cover McCole Hardman? He's a speedster, right? McCole Hardman. If I'm not mistaken, McCole Hardman is under 6 foot. Let me see. 5'10". Honestly, honestly, if you want, I know this is surprising coming out of my mouth, but if Amik could at least play somewhat the same way he did this past week, put Amik on him. Both similar in about size, both speed, both have speed. The only difference is that McCole Hardman is a pretty decent route runner, so hopefully Amik doesn't do it. But I think our best bet would probably put Amik on there and put Rock Ya-Sin if he comes back on Juju Smith, and then have Nate Hobbs on whoever. You could even put Nate Hobbs on Travis if you wanted, but I would put Nate Hobbs on. You could put Nate Hobbs on Juju Smith, right? Or they might have Jayon Brown go on Juju Smith, right? Because Jayon Brown, one of his best highlights of his career was going against Juju, and he locked him down. But I would say that you would need to have a competent coverage corner that has speed at the same time. You could put Rock Ya-Sin on McCole Hardman, right? Rock Ya-Sin on McCole Hardman, Nate Hobbs on Juju Smith. But at the end of the day, you're gonna see a lot of disguised zones and man coverage, and we're gonna see how they work them, right? I do know Jayon Brown might have a little bit of coverage as far as on Juju Smith because he's done it before in his career, right? And shout out to Michael Guerrero. What's good, Michael? What's good, MG? What's good, man? What's good? What's good, Pyro? Good to see you. Salute to you. Hope all is well. Shout out to Ray Love. Amik is a bum. Hey, I'm not too high on Amik either, but Amik, if he could play at least on a consistent basis like he did on Sunday, that's all I can ask for, right? We just need to run the ball and control the clock. The best defense is keeping the offense off the field as long as possible. Exactly. Do we need to bracket Kelsey? Yes, Omar, because if you get Travis Kelsey going, it's going to be a harder task for us as far as stopping the offense. But if you could some way somehow slow down Kelsey and try to cancel him out, it's going to be MVS, Marcus Valdez-Scantling. How could I forget about him? They have weapons on that team. But I would say this secondary is going to have a tough task on hand. But I think this secondary could really, 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 really go up against this offense. I don't think this secondary. I personally think this secondary is better than our secondary last year. Do you guys agree or not agree? Does people agree with me? I think this secondary is better than what it was last year. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Everybody agree or disagree? Y'all think last year's secondary was better than this year's secondary, or this year's secondary is better than last year's the secondary? I'm not sure we're going to be able to run. We might have to pass them more, unfortunately. It's gonna rain, right? It's gonna rain, so that's probably gonna take a little bit of a factor. But the Chiefs are number one in run defense. But at the same time, we should not be intimidated by that. That is a good stat to have in the back of our minds. But we should not be intimidated, and Josh McDaniels should not be intimidated either. Because if we know one thing, Josh Jacobs refuses to go down. Anything new on Perriman? Did they sign Martinez because he's out in Monday's game? In my opinion, Rakers, I think they signed Martinez because of Perriman being out. I personally think that, right? I could be 100% wrong. Maybe they just brought him in because he knows the system and helping others out. But I think they brought in Martinez because of Denzel Perriman's hurt. Raider Cycle Man, Morik, that had bad this year. Morik has been looking a little rusty. And I seen it earlier in the chat. Somebody say talk about rust. And hopefully he could get it going, right? We know he's better than this, and I think he will. this year's secondary is better. Okay, yep. You guys do agree. I think it's little. Absolutely agree. Yeah. So yeah, looking trash against the Colts. Yeah, yeah. The Colts beat them. The Colts beat the Chiefs. The Colts beat Gus Bradley beat the Chiefs, y'all. I know that wasn't the Chiefs' best game, but it's still crazy that Gus Bradley beat the Chiefs. If Raiders don't take game convincingly and just whoop that ass, then it goes close game and Kelsey Mahomes take the game. Yeah, exactly. You gotta go in there knowing that it's gonna be a hard team you're facing. Last year, we seen it firsthand of our players being a little cocky and we got our asses whooped. Don't be cocky going in there. For one, they're an AFC rival, so you know for a damn fact it's gonna be a tough game regardless. Number two, you're not going against goddamn Zach Wilson and Joe Flacco. You're going against fucking Patrick Mahomes, arguably and maybe is the best quarterback this season besides Josh Allen. And I hate to say that bullshit because fuck the Chiefs, but you gotta respect it. That's just what it is. You're not playing no fucking goddamn Carson Wentz. But guys, like I said, we shouldn't be intimidated as a Raider Nation either. We shouldn't think, oh yeah, the Chiefs are about to smack on us and stuff like this. This Chiefs team is beatable. And like I said, the best way to beat them is just time of possession, running the ball, and scoring on red zones. If we clean all that up and do exactly that, we will win the game. If we go away from that, I believe we will most likely either lose or it will be very super close. But I really do think this team is capable of beating the Chiefs. All it takes is them to continue what they did against the Broncos and build on it even more. Because if there's one thing for sure, regardless of being 0-3 in the first 3 weeks, regardless of being 1-3 right now, we all know this team has been looking better and better each week as far as getting better at the things they're cleaning up. And if that continues to happen, we will be fine and we will take the game. But you got to want it. It comes for this team to have heart. If you go into Kansas City thinking it's going to be easy and not that much heart in there and determination, you're going to lose. If you're going in there saying, yes, we can do this, we could beat that team, they're not far off of us, we could do it, and let's play hard-nosed football. Let's get it going. Let's do what we've done best. Let's do exactly what we did last week, and let's continue building, and let's go out there and play football and people step up as leaders, we will win. Every AFC West matchup is 50-50 for me. Why? Because it could go either way because it's a rival. It's an AFC West rival. It's a division rival. And that goes for anybody in the league. You could be the Eagles playing the Cowboys or the Washington Commanders, and it's still going to be a tough game. Even if you end up beating them a lot, like even if the Raiders go out there later on and beat upon them, or somebody, or the Chargers and the Chiefs play, and you see the Chiefs smack on the Chargers and stuff, vice versa, and all that. Regardless, every division rival game is hard, and it's going to be a tough game for both teams because you're playing rivals. Last year, we got smacked so hard because we went into Kansas City thinking we're bad and bougie and fucking badass, and we're a fucking Super Bowl caliber team, and we're out here with people in the middle of the field doing a goddamn huddle on the logo, thinking that it's not gonna go some way somehow different, or coming with a horrible game plan in the first game you played. Right? It's all about demeanor and all that, right? So at the end of the day, and exactly, Terrence, I hope so too. And that was the thing I was gonna bring up too. I hope they have another players meeting, and I hope people like Crosby, Derek Carr, maybe Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs is vocal and tells this team we could beat the Chiefs if we want it, if we want the win. If you don't want the win, you shouldn't play on Monday. But if you want the win, play Monday and show us on the field that you want. And that's just it, right? And I could go on and on about the preview of the Monday game, but I will have a preview of the Chiefs game more in depth, maybe with people on the panel on either Thursday or Friday. So stay tuned for that for a Kansas City and Raiders matchup preview. Definitely games hit different. Yep. Except Patriots had a horrible defense that playoff game with Patrick Graham. What is the Broncos defense better at? Run or pass? They're better overall. Their defense is top 10. And we just exposed it. Let's fucking go. Not gonna lie, Sunday's game was so fun to watch. It was because Sarah, they finally heard us. That's why it was so fun because they finally took every single person's advice and ran the ball. See how much of a difference that makes, the little things. Like I continue to say it, and I sound like a broken record, but that's because it's just little things with this team. That's all it is. Most don't know. Patrick Graham with Patriots, he whooped Andy Reid in the playoffs before Matt Patricia took over as DC. So Patrick Graham and Andy Reid know each other well. And I think I'm more worried about our red zone. I want our red zone offense to put points on the board. I don't know if the key is time of possession though. Mahomes could score within minutes. The key is our offense scoring TDs and then trusting their defense. That's understandable as well. And I'm just saying that one of the keys is time of possession too, because the more you leave off Patrick Mahomes off the field, the more he has less time to even try to make plays. The more time he has, the more comfortable he is. The more less time he has, the less comfortable he is, which we know he could still score within minutes, but it will make it harder than if he had all the time in the world, right? If that makes any sense, right? I want better execution, exactly. That's what it comes down to too. The players bringing execution on the field. Facts, Eric. If it helps, if it do, hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button if you guys can. Carr needs to run it in the red zone if it's there. Yep. And they need to stop, like I said earlier, they need to stop running plays where you have people running the same route on the same side thinking that it's not going to be crowded. I wasn't understanding us not running McDaniel. Running McDaniel seemed to run a lot the game against us. All the Pats running backs were destroying us, and the Pats had the game with 4 passes exactly. And I appreciate that critique. Sub if you want more Raider Dodger content. Subscribe right there. We're going to the postseason. Dodger fans everywhere. I might do a Dodger game or two. We'll see what happens, but the Raiders, man, execution overall. Hopefully, they could go into Arrowhead knowing that if they want the win, they just need to go up and get it, and not go in there being like we're not gonna win. So whatever. No, they need to go in there saying we could win this. Let's clean up these things. Let's work hard in practice. Let's get our demeanor going. Let's step up and let's beat the Chiefs. Just win, baby. And I'm glad we got a win against the Broncos because that gives them a little bit of a morale boost. They got a win under their belt. They got a little bit of the weight off the shoulders. And if they beat the Chiefs, I think fully the weight is off the shoulders for them. I think they still have some weight on their shoulders come Monday night. Execution, yup. So, hey, just win, baby, at the end of the day, right? So, um, if you guys can, like I said, hit that like button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. But overall, if you didn't catch the beginning of the live, I did show some film based on Sunday, of the Denver Broncos and Raiders game. Some film right there for you guys to look at. Also, I talked about Blake Martinez. I think he's gonna be, as far as somebody that knows the system. He'll bring knowledge to the thing. I think they got him because they don't know the full extent of Denzel Perryman, and I think Denzel Perryman will most likely be out. So that's why I think they brought in Blake Martinez. He knows the system, right? Mm, Besides that, I want to see people get healthy. Renfro come back. Rock Sin come back, and right. But hopefully, and overall, they need to make some changes as far as give Tyron Johnson some burn. And special teams also got to give up good plays. Exactly, our special teams has been a little bit iffy, and hopefully they can have better execution come Monday because they have Isaiah Pacheco. That guy from Rutgers is he's a little bit of a speedster out there. Um, but and they have another kick returner. I forgot his name, but we cannot be allowing that. Having them go on good after good after good field position based on specialties. The one guy I have to give a lot of credit to too, right, is Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins has been good on special teams as well, right? Hey, yo, Eric, you think if Carr hits Waller in the numbers, not high, not behind him, he makes catch? I say he does, and he can still protect himself if it's a dot, right? Just my opinion on Waller. He's a baller. No, he is better than what he's been presenting this year, right? He did bounce back a little bit. As far as last game, yes, he had that one drop, but besides that, he bounced back with great blocks, with great execution, great catching. He was catching, some key passes. He's got to continue to do that. Focus on football, focus on your hands, and you start doing that a little bit more. And Carr starts getting comfortable again, which you're starting to see Carr becoming more comfortable week in and week out. Then, you know, yeah, facts. Shout out to Terrence. Shout out to Terrence dropping the links and critique for dropping my link as well, man. I appreciate you guys, man. But yeah, so I appreciate that, Cal Hope. Great show always. SC, let's go Raider Nation. You already know. You already know. You already know. You already know. But yeah, guys. So, I will. How do I say this? I will be live on Thursday or Friday. So stay tuned for that. Please, please, please be there. I know the YouTube notifications don't work. So if you guys can, you guys have to maybe refresh it and maybe turn it off and then on again. But YouTube hasn't been sending out notifications, but I always like to post my lives 30 minutes to an hour before. Also, I'm starting to get my Twitter popping more. I'm trying to get it popping. I never, never, ever pushed it out like I'm doing now. But please, please, please follow the Twitter, right? I'm gonna start posting more. I gotta post more on Twitter in order to get more. But there's another way to know when I'm gonna go live as well. Right there, SCEXP21 is the Twitter. S.C double underscore experience is the Instagram, and you're at the SC Experience YouTube as well. So those are the best ways to reach me as far as Instagram, Twitter, and also Discord. Terrence has been dropping a link. But guys, um, turn on the bell notification. It doesn't cost you a thing. But if not, I always post my lives 30 minutes to an hour before I go live. So stay tuned for that. It'll show on the YouTube when you click the live on your phone. When you click the live button, it'll show all the lives coming up. Also, even if you just hop on YouTube, you'll see it. Or if you're in Discord, I posted in there. And if you're on Twitter, I post it there, and on Instagram, I post it on my story. So on top of that, y'all, I'll be back live either Thursday or Friday. Stay tuned for that. And if you follow me on platforms, I'll post when I go live. And if you don't, you'll just see it 30 minutes to an hour on YouTube ahead of time. But guys, thank you guys for joining me. Please, on the way out, hit that like button for me. Please click that like button, the one with the thumbs up like that. If you hate the content, you could put the dislike button. It'll still help me either way. That would greatly appreciate it. But if you like the content, hit that subscribe button. We're at 1.35, man. We're rising on up, and I appreciate you guys. You guys are the true MVPs. Remember, blessings to you guys all. Hope everybody had a blessed day, blessed weekend. And facts, prayers for Florida, man. Hopefully everybody is safe, healthy, and they get back on their feet better than ever. But guys, please be there on Thursday or Friday. And shout out to everybody saying that's a great show. Critique, Terrence, everybody, man. I appreciate you guys, Kyle Holt. And dislike, unsubscribe, and block. I got you, SC. Goddamn circus. But yeah, hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. And also, um, blessings to you guys all. Tough times never last, but tough people do, and you guys are some tough people. I will do a Chiefs and Raiders preview twice. Saturday is the West Side Experience, where we're gonna preview the game, and on Thursday or Friday is gonna be a preview as well, double preview for you guys. So guys, be safe, be healthy, and remember to always keep it positive when no one's looking. And remember, tough times never last, but tough people do, and you guys are all some tough people. I appreciate you guys. And Terrence, I seen it. Yes, VC. Shout out to everybody, man. Have a good night, y'all. Peace out. Blessings. See you guys all.